So after my father passed away in 2004, there was a lot of uncertainty with regards to the land, specifically how much we owned, whether we owned anything at all. And part of that was because my father hadn't really told us explicitly about the nature of the land. I think as a family we knew we had family land, but exactly how much of that was ours, we really didn't know.
Changing the breadwinner in the family, then all of a sudden the family dynamics change. Everyone has to then find financial means. So in essence, my mum, who had not worked due to raising her kids up, which is a great and honourable thing to do, then all of a sudden was left on the breadline in essence.
Interestingly enough, after my father passed away, there was a lot of interest from, I wouldn't necessarily say immediate family, but we had a lot of calls from India, from people my mum didn't know. Some of them were unfortunately not particularly friendly or polite, and a lot of them revolved around the land that was in my father's name. And I think that was the initial moment when, as a family, we suddenly realised, oh, there is something to this. My father clearly must have owned some land.
So after planning this trip, 10 years plus after my father passed away, we decided let's just go to a trip to India, and no expectations, just to see if we can actually physically see, is there any land? Do we have any legal ownership to it? So the irony was, before I headed out from Mumbai to the village, I was in the Hilton Hotel in Mumbai. Go on Google as you do, start doing a few searches, and lo and behold, NRI Legal Services comes up as the #1 search. And the irony was, they were based in the UK or in the West, and I had travelled all this way to speak to someone, and I could have actually just done this from my convenience of my own home, or the comfort of my own home, really.
The first meeting with NRI Legal Service, it was amazing because Nidhi was there, and being a woman, I could speak to her. And then I had so much confidence as well, speaking to her about the land. And she knew exactly what I was going through,
It was only after we'd actually done the due diligence with NRI Legal Services that we really believed as a family that this was finally some proof in paper to say how much land there was. The information we were given was correct, but really that was the first time where we realised, yes, there was over 100 acres of land.
In essence, they went and looked at all the files, and they said, yes, you do have a rightful claim, your mum does have a rightful claim, and the due diligence was above and beyond what we expected. They were happy to contact us via email, via Skype, personally. They also gave written documents to prove that, which was for the first time ever we had actually seen visible documents or legal documents to say yes, and with your name inside, or with your name on, to say that yes, there is land or assets in your name.
We as a family have always been asked at every stage what our opinion is, how we should proceed, and they've always guided us from a legal point of view in the most appropriate and correct manner. And as a family, that's very reassuring. It's nice to know that you're dealing with professionals who have your best interests at heart.
I would wholeheartedly recommend NRI Legal Services for any case scenario, for any NRI who have any assets in India or property. They will be more than able to deal with your questions, and if they feel that there is something that they can't deal with, they will be honest and upfront and say, look, this is not for us, sorry, you need to go. So there is no obligation for them to take on your case, but it works both ways. But if they do take on your case, you're in safe hands.